Welcome back to Network Africa. Let's get more on our top story in Zimbabwe as the military has temporarily seized power in that country today. And joining us to talk more on this is South African-based journalist Bongani Siziba, who is apparently live in Harare. Thank you so much for joining us on Network Africa. What's the current situation in Zimbabwe as we speak?
In Zimbabwe, it's very stable. No one is panicking. It's business as usual. The public in general are very calm. And politically, for now, I can't say anything is happening. It's just calm.
The army denies this is a coup. So who is in charge of the country as we speak?
We are seeing military patrolling the streets. So I can say the military is in charge, but also according to General Moyo's statement, he also said that they are trying to stabilize the situation, especially they are getting criminals around the president who are causing social and economic suffering. So I can say the military is in charge now, but they haven't confirmed it.
The president, we understand, is confined to his home, but no one knows the whereabouts of the First Lady. We hear she's fled to Namibia.
It's also unclear to us, but according to General Moyo, his statement also yesterday, he assured the nation that the president...
Right, thank you so much for your thoughts on the situation in Zimbabwe. Let's move on now. Here in Nigeria, it's 3 days to the Anambra governorship elections in southeast Nigeria. Political parties and their candidates are rounding off their campaigns. It was a mega rally for the All Progressives Congress in Awka, the state capital, as the party's flag bearer, Nnewi, woos last-minute voters. The APC is a major player in the elections that come up this weekend. The president, Muhammadu Buhari, is in Anambra State for the rally to support the party as well. He's lending his voice to the appeal for more votes to secure victory for the All Progressives Congress. While in Nnewi, the town came alive for the candidate of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, Willie Obiano, asks thousands of supporters to re-elect him. That rally was organized by a businessman and former governorship candidate Ifeanyi, and it saw thousands of supporters turn up for the state governor. Let's get more on this. Joining us to speak is this Executive Director, Youth Initiative for Advocacy, Growth and Advancement, Samson Itodo. Thank you for joining us on the program.
A pleasure to be here.
What's the general mood in Anambra State 3 days to the election?
Well, the state is peaceful at the moment. Political parties and their candidates are out there canvassing for votes and soliciting for votes. INEC, on its part, had a stakeholders meeting yesterday with the IG of police, and there were several stakeholders who were there. The governor of the state, who is the candidate of ABGA, was present. You had candidates of the PDP and candidates of the UPP. And INEC updated stakeholders on its preparations in relation to PVC's distribution that will be concluded today, the deployment of election materials, as well as the collation and the transmission of results. INEC has assured stakeholders that they're very much ready to ensure the transparency and credibility of the process. On the other hand, the IG of police was also present to share a bit of the deployment plan for the security. He did hint that the police will be deploying about 26 personnel for the elections. But one thing that's coming out strongly from this election is whether or not the November 18th election will meet the integrity test. And there are three key things that will determine whether or not this election is successful on Saturday. First is election security. how the security agencies cooperate with the Electoral Commission in securing the personnel that will be handling the elections, as well as the security of the materials, is very, very. As stakeholders, we are watching how the security agencies will support INEC, particularly the Nigerian police, in ensuring election security for these elections. You are aware that there has been a threat and a call that these elections shouldn't hold. But the mood in Anambra shows that the people are peaceful, the environment is calm, and people are ready to go cast their vote. We have made a call as civil society.
Yeah, what's the call, what's the political awareness like among the youth? Do they feel the candidates are addressing issues that concern them?
Well, we must admit that voter education has been very, very poor. INEC, based on our pre-election observation report, has been conducting voter education, which has been complemented by civil society. But the National Orientation Agency is actually non-existent with respect to voter education. And what we see, that across the 21 local governments where we conducted election observation, young people and women are mainly participating as canvassing for votes. And the key issues around unemployment, around economic transformation of the state are not the topical issues that are being canvassed in this election. And so we expect that the political parties in the last few days of their campaign would outline a clear blueprint on how they would develop this state over the next 4 years. The debates conducted by channels as well as other partners in Office Enough did help in providing a platform for the candidates to actually speak and debate their issues. If you look at what happened today during the APC campaign, there were actually discourse or campaigns based on critical issues around security, around the economy, around infrastructural development was not the key issue that was advanced and canvassed by the parties. And we hope that other parties will follow suit. And in the next few days, focus more on the issues, and voters will go out on Saturday to vote based on issues and for candidates they feel are more competent and have the moral integrity and the capacity to lead the state.
Right, thank you for your thoughts on that and your time on Network Africa. Simon Itodo speaking to us there.
Always a pleasure.
Well, that's Network Africa. Thank you so much for watching the program. I'm Joke Rogers.